Hey, good afternoon. Can we just come on in the room today? I'm not going to be before you long, but if we could just come on in the room, come on in the room. I'm not going to hold you up long, but I do just want to touch upon your heart. Let's do some little public service announcements. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., say it with me, tomorrow, 1 p.m., Sandy Run Missionary Baptist Church. We'll be having our first annual prayer walk meeting, and I'm looking for you to be in the house. You support me every day up here. I'm looking for you to be in the house on tomorrow. Sandy Run Missionary Baptist Church, 1503 Hargett Street here in the great city of Jacksonville. Good afternoon, Minister Nelson. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Today I just want to touch bases a little bit with you and let you know that there's still a need. The young lady still needs some things, and I'm asking you guys to help me. If I was in a position to do it, I can do it myself without any help. But if you can just look on from yesterday, and my Cash App is $ Georgette Ward, and PayPal.me at KLCM. Let's try to make her a little easy and stress-free. Once I get her up on her feet, then I can teach her how to fish. We as individuals have an issue with knocking somebody down more when they're already down. She's not in a position to help herself right now. My job is to help her, not handicap her, but teach her how to fish. I don't want to punch her right now because she's down. I just need some help trying to teach her, to raise her up where she won't have to worry about something right now. So if we can just help me meet that need, I'll greatly appreciate it. Let's get started today. This morning, because I've been reading books lately, and I put a very powerful quote up that's getting a lot of attention in my inbox when I talk about death. And we all have experienced some death, and we all look at it differently. But I want you to know you can have Christ in you and still be dead. You can have Christ in you and still allow that greatest gift to die. And what do I mean by that? You have some powerful, prolific people who haven't even graced the platform, but they're dealing with oppression, depression. They're dealing with real life issues, and nobody sat down and taught them how to handle the issue. You have people that are waiting and dependent on that right one they're under leadership with, that still take it and beat them down when they're down. They need help with understanding the mantle that they're carrying. Can we as people quit watching people die? Yes, we lose our mother and our father, and I still have them feelings about my father, but can we stop allowing things that are in us to die? We can have Jesus, we could go to church because we are religious people. We're not relationship people. We can be dying on the inside, go in church and shout and praise the Lord, all that good stuff, and leave 5 minutes and we back in the dumps of depression. Our woe is me. We're sitting there questioning God, and why am I here? Our mentality, we keep beating them down, but we got an issue in the house of God. We are handicapping, but we won't teach them how to fish. We want to say that is about salvation and doing the call. It's about a ministry. When they come to you with an issue, and I don't care if you don't have but $5 and somebody's asking you to help them, do not beat the person down because they're down. At least help them rise up, then speak your mind, then encourage them, then teach them, instill in them, impart in them, and then teach them the way they should go. We are on this thing that when they down, kick them when they down. That's what's the matter with America today. Not only do we have a glass ceiling protector and we're the greatest melting pot, but if you're down, you stay down. What happened to being a brother and sister's keeper? Do we just speak the Bible with our mouth, but our heart is far from it? Those words sound familiar? Because if I'm not mistaken, there was a part in the Bible when Jesus said, your mouth say you're for me, but your heart is far from me. We got to quit being a mouth service. We got to quit all these religious things, and we got to become stewards and servants of the Most High God. We're going to be held accountable for the life we live. And if we wake up in the morning, we are blessed to be a blessing. We're not to kick anybody when they're down. We are to help them, teach them, and point them in the right direction. Let me give you another scripture. If you're so good that you can kick somebody when they're down, he without sin cast the first stone. If you're that good in your life that you can always whine and complain about somebody else, and these people, I don't care, you have to openly admit we are a people that's full of tradition, religiosity, oh God, formalities. We don't know nothing about a relationship. We don't know nothing about a heart-pull relationship. We don't know nothing about an intimate conversation with God, because if we did, love would not be an issue. Love will not come with a price. Love will not come with a cost. Love can be freely given. The greatest commandment in the Bible is love your neighbor as yourself. So therefore I can say this: do you love yourself because your neighbor is suffering? But yet, we want to knock them when they're down. I wonder, do you knock yourself when you're down? Or are you busy looking for a right word, a right prophecy, a right time, a right season? Who knocked you down when you were already down? When are we going to quit being a mouth service and be about a heart service? When are we going to get this thing together that if I'm my brother's keeper, because the Bible didn't separate brothers and sisters back in the day. Everything was a general term. If my brother is hurting, I'm hurting. The greatest example of love was when a man saw a man beating on the side of the street, took him to a hotel, told him to put him up in a room, left him with an amount of money, told him if he need more, I'll take care of you when I come back. He took care of something and he was blessed. You got to realize it's none of your business of the state that caused them to be in the position. It's your position if you equip to help, but teach them something in the process. We got this thing twisted. So now back to my topic from this morning. We deal with death. But the greatest death that one can ever live is to be filled with life and don't understand how to get it out to live. They're so broken, dealing with oppression, depression, I call it compression and regression, being broken and bruised. And you think about it, the place that's supposed to give them life is killing them and draining life. The place that's supposed to teach them how to stand is killing them because they're already dead and you beating the life out of them again. The place they come to for safety is killing them and dragging their name in the mud. But yet, we say we're for God. I got an issue. You have some powerful young adults. You have some powerful youth. You have some powerful middle-aged people growing up now that are confused about the feelings they're having in their body. They don't understand the prophetic mantle. They don't understand this teaching mantle. They don't understand this apostolic explosion. They don't understand it. So they're reacting and you want to say, put them on Ritalin. They're reacting and you label them a behavioral problem. They're reacting and you want to say they got some kind of mental thing going on. They're reacting because that mental is too heavy and nobody's sitting down teaching. We're so busy trying to be gluttonous, but we're not seeing what's in front of us. These children ain't got no hyperactivity issues. They got a mental. They need somebody to sit down with that's been graced to educate them, but we're going to beat them and put a label on them. And they're dying a death when a gift is trying to teach them how to live. We're busy doing nothing, and nothing is getting done because we're busy and we're tired, and we can't see what's in front of our face. Remove the scales today, God. Quit taking them and putting them on drugs to keep them calm, and ask God to show you everything concerning your members of your family. There's some prophets, some powerful prophets in your family, and they don't know how to handle it. Because many of us go back to our roots and say a child ought to be seen and not heard. But until you get right, the child has to rise. The child doesn't have a dysfunctionality or a mental or behavioral issue. They are the next great prophet that needs to be taught how to handle that mantle with respect and honor, not to prostitute their gift, but they don't understand, so now they're going to die. How long are you going to watch them die? And they're under your tutelage. You gave birth to the next best great, and you're so busy trying to be with everybody else that's great that you're not taking care of your own household. Quit allowing what's in you and what's around you to die with all the life that's in them. But yet they go to the altar every Sunday and you talk about them. They're trying to shake what's going on. They don't understand what they're dealing with. They don't understand why they're so over emotional. They don't understand why they got to act up. You got some teaching to do, Lucy's. And there's no excuses. Quit allowing the mental health sector, quit allowing certain things to label your child, and get in the spirit and understand what's going on. Now, there are some real issues that you may need some help with. But some of these issues here, if you were in your right position, you can see and you can speak to it. And God will equip you to handle it. Quit allowing the public opinion of others. Quit allowing the state and your trust in others to allow you and your gifts to crawl up and die when you've been given the authority and the influence to live. You have got to speak for yourself. If nobody else is listening to you, your Father hears everything and sees everything. Sit your butt down and ask him, and he will send you as you ask. That status simply says, death is death any time of the day. But you have live beings with so much in them that are dead because they have gifts, power, talent that they don't understand. And nobody's speaking in. And nobody has the time to teach them. Nobody has the grace to educate them how to carry it with grace and respect and honor. What's missing from the house of God today? Everything. Love is outdated. Sitting down and having patience to endure the race is outdated. Sitting down and teaching and respecting what you've been walking in, this mantle is a respect thing, not a prostitution ring. I will not pimp my gift for the next one. I will get there, and I will get there in time. When I get there, I know God placed me there. It won't because of a man's position or proposition. It won't be because I allow myself to submit to some things and contradicted what I speak. I will stand for righteousness if everybody hates me. Long as God accepts me and smiles upon me, forget what you think about me. Because at the end of the day, when I rest easy. And when I make it in front of him, he won't say, you open your legs for the wrong one. You sold me out. You didn't open your mouth correctly. You didn't stand when I told you to stand. You a loud mess. I will not be a one that conform to your ways. I will be ye now transformed from that mess. And I will conform to the way of God, because righteousness at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, is still right. So therefore, when you come this way, make sure that you got order. Make sure righteousness is still right. And that's the issue. Your children and people around you are looking for someone to explain the uneasiness, to explain what's going on. Sit down. Get into a real conversation. Quit being so religious based that you are no earthly good. Everything ain't always about Jesus. Everything is having a conversation sometimes saying, baby, this is what you're dealing with. When are you going to sit down, quit trying to be a friend to your child and be a mentor? You are the first great mentor. Sit down and say, baby, I've been noticing some things. I know I've been busy and we ain't had a conversation, but we're going to have a real life conversation today because your life matters to me. You're going to sit down when you get through repenting and having a relationship with God, having a conversation and explain to your child, baby, you're not crazy. You're not having no behavior issues. Now, note that I said some things do need mental health connections. But some of this stuff going on in our children, we're rushing them to the doctor, allowing labels, excuse me, to be placed upon them. And the only label they need is prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist. Now sit down and let me find you, teach you, let me train you. And then you could go to work. Sit down, have the conversation. Because your children are full of life and you're watching them dead. They're dying because they don't understand what's going on. When are we going to stop being so busy doing nothing and look right under our nose and fix that? Or, can I say this? A man that let his own house go unattended is worse than an infidel. So therefore, can I call you what you really are? Can I call you you're so busy doing nothing that you're really a witch because your own house suffering? You're so proactive for everybody else and got to be reactive for your own house when you can balance both of them out? Order. Righteousness is still right. There's a protocol. I pray I said something to bless you today. I really love you. I really do. But I had been led and directed. This had to be said today. Because our children are being labeled, mislabeled, incorrectly labeled when they're battling some stuff. And the gift that's alive in them is making them feel dead. Because now we have society labeling them as a problem when they're not a problem. They're a solution to what's going on in the issues of our society. Quit mislabeling your children and get before God. Stand before Him and repent for being so busy that you allow your child to be mislabeled to give you freedom of an explanation of a past when there's no past because you broke him first. Now get your tail in order to sit down and speak life back into him and both of you heal together. I love you. But this thing is burning in me today, and I'm going to go. I'm going to be obedient to God. What He wanted to say, the Spirit is left. You're going to get Georgette, and that's not right. But we got to stop the mislabeling. We got to stop the miscommunication. And we got to start throwing them away until later and forget about them. Our children, note what I said. There's some real mental health issues out there. But these be things that we're labeling behavioral problems. They don't understand. It's because that gift is trying to get out. And we allow people to mislabel them instead of sitting down and teaching them. Stop being busy doing nothing and get right back in your house and save lives. They're not an issue. They're a solution to a lot of problems. But the label they need is prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist, apostle. They need that, but they need to be trained and taught how to handle it with grace to keep their mind in perfect peace. And you'll see them calm down and function as normal as God would allow them to be. I pray I said something to bless your heart and souls today. I want you to know I love you. This is your set time. Something great is getting ready to happen. But I want you to know, prepare for it. Get your hearts in order. Get your hearts in check. And love at all times. I love you. I need you. And I need everything connected to you. But quit allowing mislabeling to go on when you know the issue. Have an awesome, great, magnificent Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. If you can help with the young lady I've sought help for out again, I'm asking again, please go to my Cash App. Cash App, I don't care if it's only $5. My goal is to help somebody today. She needs help. And I'm not going to hit her when she's down. I'm going to at least put my foot in and help her and teach her how to fish because she won't face this no more. Her 2 children and her will not be homeless on my watch. If I got to sell all that I have. But if you want to help, my Cash App is $ Georgette Ward, just like it is on my page, or paypal.me at /KLCM. I'm really trying to raise that $600 today. And I know people say I got it. I receive it. I do. But I'm not going to put somebody in a predicament of not asking. We have not because we ask not. And like I said yesterday, I don't know why God has me doing this, but I'm going to be obedient. There's something for me to get in being obedient. I love you. And I'm willing for that because the Bible said if you're willing and obedient, you will reap the fruit of the land. And I'm going to keep doing it until he tells me to stop because I never done this. I never do this. But there's something he wants me to get. And we have to be willing and obedient to do the uncomfortable things to get to where he desires us to go, to get the thing. You get that? You have an awesome and amazing, most phenomenal, you are needed. And you are more than. Ephesians 6:10-20 is what I'm going to leave with you today, along with my Ephesians 3:20 and 21. I love you guys. Be blessed. It's been an honor. Mwah.